Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what we do have needed is Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, a game developed by Square Enix, and well, some of the games contains Unreal Engine 4 and some other games contains their in-house engine, the old one that was used for the portable Kingdom Hearts. So on this specific package, you guys in here have three different options for you to choose from. So the first of all, it is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. This is the game where we'll be spending most of your time because it's about a 20 hours game. Then you have this Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, which is built in using Unreal Engine 4. So graphics are more close to Kingdom Hearts 3 and it is way more demanding. And then we have this, which is not exactly a game. It is Kingdom Hearts X back cover and contains pretty much a movie of about 1 hour, and that's about it. So let's start with the Dream Distance, Dream Drop Distance HD. So this is where you will be spending most of your time. So I'm testing this with my Intel UHD 620, and this game with unlocked frame rate with this card, it is just not going to perform well because animations are completely broken. So my suggestion it is for you to lock the frame rate to 30 frames per second. Enable VSync if you want, I do prefer to use. And if you do that, as you can see, the animations are now correct. All right, I know it's 30 frames per second, but they are correct. So this is pretty much behaving the same way as the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD Remix that we did tests a couple of days ago. So the behavior, it was exactly the same. But yeah, this one just runs pretty much the same as the other titles, all right? There is no difference. So basically what you can expect, it is a 30 frames per second lock on cutscenes, frame rate unlocked during battles if you want. In this case, I have it locked to 30s. And if you are recording with the software or something, there is a big possibility that the game will even drop below 30 frames per second, which is something that it is happening in here, even on the battles, all right? But what I mean is without recording, even without recording, you will have drops below 30 frames per second. This is not related with the lack of power of the Intel integrated graphic cards. I know this is a little bit ironic because Intel GPUs are pretty much the worst option you have to play, but this is not because of lack of power. As you can see, the GPU usage it is at 50%, so it is clear at this point that this graphic card could deliver 30 frames per second in these situations. I think it's mostly a driver, a bad optimized driver from Intel. I did try different drivers and the behavior was, it was the same. But for example, if I try on my NVIDIA GPU, on my NVIDIA GT 740M, which is actually worse than my Intel GPU in all the games out there, in this specific game, it performs much, much better. So this is really something related with the Intel drivers with DirectX 12 and specifically Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 on the Dream Drop sequence. Now, this is the other title, the other that it is based on Unreal Engine 4, which is Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. So as expected, this is super demanding, so it's not even comparable because the graphics are way much better. This is current gen, all right? It was released for PS4, if my mind isn't tricking me. And while the others were released for Nintendo 3DS and, portable consoles. So this is way, way much better on the visuals, but obviously it is also much, much more demanding. So for the settings on this specific title, I'm using 800 per 600. I tried 720p, but at many points of the game, I was getting like 15 frames per second. So I don't think it is a good option. So let's take a look on the requirements. So since this game contains this Unreal Engine 4 title, the requirements for this one are much more demanding, so they do require a GTX 760 as a minimum. And this is the performance benchmark that I did got without recording. So the Dream Drop Distance, what I got with the frame rate unlocked, it was an average of pretty much 59 and a 1% low of 20 and a maximum of 149. So in the end, it was exactly like I told you. So cutscenes are fully locked to 30. There is a possibility of dropping a little bit here and there. During combat, it is supposed to be above 30s. All right, it should be more close to 60, which drops to 50 and 45, which completely breaks down the animation system of the game. But yeah, the game can drop as low as 20, mostly because of cutscenes. While Birth by Sleep, the experience that I got, it was an experience pretty much between 25 to 35 frames per second during gameplay, and it can go to 19 or 20 frames per second during cutscenes because of depth of field effects and all that cinematics effects that kick in. And I also noticed that if you have a ton of enemies on screen and doing tons of attacks on screen, a lot of stuff going on screen, you know, it can go under 25 frames per second. But apart from those moments, the frame rate that you can expect for Birth by Sleep, it is pretty much between the 25 to 35 frames per second. I think it is playable. It is just bad that we need to play at 800 per 600 in order to enjoy the game. This game doesn't feature any resolution scaling, and I even tried to force it through config files, which usually Unreal Engine 4 contains config files for the resolution scaling, and it was written there too, but even if I modified the values, nothing did happen. So yeah, resolution scaling, it isn't working on this game, and that was the specific reason why I needed to go with 800 per 600 in this game. Nonetheless, it is playable. But what you should know about Birth by Sleep is that this is a prequel, all right, of the Kingdom Hearts. It tries to explain a little bit of the backstory, and it is something just for 1 to 3 hours. So you won't be needing to be playing at this resolution and these frame rates for a long time, because it's just a small game of 1 to 3 hours. The movie, the Back Door, is just about 1 hour movie too. So most of your time it will be spent on the Dream Drop distance. And because of that reason, I do think that the value behind this game, it is not really good, because this game costs, I mean, this package of games costs the same as the HD 1.5 and the HD 2.5 remix. The thing is, the HD 1.5 and the HD 2.5, they are 6 games, all right, for the same price. I know that they are all old stuff, but still they are 6 games with tons of hours of gameplay each one. While this one, you just have one of those games and you have this prequel of 1 to 3 hours, and you have a movie of 1 hour, and still they charge you the same price. So I don't think that this is well priced. I think it's, you know, value-wise, it is much more expensive than the first package. So yeah, that's the way I think about it. But in the end, the reality and the reason you are here is to see if this runs. And as you can see, everything it is running on the Intel UHD 620. Yes, with bad resolutions and improper frame pacing, but it is here, and you can play the game from beginning to the end. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Yeah, hey, you're done. Hey, 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 yeah, hey, enough. Hey, yep. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, farewell. Hey, enough. I took it for granted. I thought I had nothing in life to lose. Here, too, everyone in this world thought that they were safe. Not just the people, but the dog waiting for his owner. The cat curled up in her nook. So much life. Trees and flowers. There's no deeper sadness than discovering all that you knew is gone. The grief in this place is too much to fathom. That's enough. I can't keep on wishing for the past. The row collapsed when the clock advanced. If only I made it in time. But there is no time in this place, only the clock. I knew it. I should look for a gear.
Hey, yeah, hey, you're done. Strike. Hey, enough. Hey, yeah, hey, farewell. Yeah. Hey, yeah, hey. Enough! Yeah, hey! You're done! Hey! Heal! Yeah! Hey! Enough! Hey!
Is that one on the bridge?
Farewell! Hey! Yeah! Hey! Enough!